Stretch forward and can.
What up, buddy?
Matthew.
How you doing?
Hold on, let me put my headphones in. There we go. All right, now what'd you say?
I said, how you doing, buddy?
Quite wonderful, man.
Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to you.
Thank you, sir. As to you.
Whole lot of honkies out there tweeting about MLK who have spent their entire political careers trying to, disenfranchise black voters. What a time to be alive.
I think that's the most important part of what you said. Not the fact that there are white people tweeting about Martin Luther King, but the ones who are tweeting about him who were trying to suppress black voters and, keep them down. Yes, correct. Denzel!
I have thoughts about Denzel.
Oh, wait, where are you at on the game?
11:26, backdoor cut, and goaltend called.
Okay.
11:24 on the clock now. Gotcha. Bill's about to inbound.
I'm with you. All right, thoughts on Denzel. Let me give you my one thought. Every time I see him, I feel he's prime Shaqting a fool material.
Dude, it's more than just Shaqting a fool. It's like he's living in an alternate universe where he thinks he's the best player on every NBA court, and he's just not. But he's not even good, and he acts like he is the baddest mother out there.
Well, the 3-point shooting is good. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. Let me start there. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. But his 3-point shooting is good, and it's funny because I like players who play with confidence, like high levels of supreme confidence. But there's something different about this one where it feels like it can harm you. You know what I mean? Like it can really harm your team because, of that kind of thought and feeling. So there needs to be a balance, I guess, with the confidence because it borders on cockiness.
Right.
And that's not good. What? Here he goes. Hey, Cash Buddy. I told you. He be shooting them threes, man. It's
like our buddy Ricky O'Donnell, who does great work for SB Nation covering the Bulls, the NBA, college hoops. He had a tweet earlier tonight that was like, I wish I could live one day of my life with the confidence of Denzel Valentine.
He's a confident man.
Shout out to Salt on Twitter earlier tonight who said he's like a Harlem Globetrotter, but bad. A perfect way to describe Denzel Valentine.
So Washington General is what, is what he
exactly.
is. Okay, I got you. That's pretty good.
Alex said he makes me feel good about my 2K game, and I'm trash.
Well, maybe he's got, a future as a motivational speaker. He can get you excited about some things. Like, I'm serious, man. Like, come on, with that kind of confidence and people wanting to live like you, it's gotta be a stream of money there some kind of way.
Hey, just unbelievable. What's up, Adam? What's up, Feast? Famine.
Oh,
what did Izzo teach him? My biggest issue so far is that after hitting a 3, he does the shrug. He does the goddamn MJ just made my 6'3" in the NBA Finals. This man right here, he has the gall to do the shrug. What planet is he on, and what drugs is he taking on that planet?
I want to see why he did that shrug. I'm gonna go with you because it's far more entertaining to believe that. But I really want to see why he did that. Like, did somebody say something? But because it's him, like, and you're right, man. Like, honestly, you could be completely right just because of everything you just said about the confidence and being at high level. Of course, he would do something like that. We're not shocked by it. We saw him walking around like a crazy person when he hit a 3 against the Clippers. We've seen it before. So Yeah, it's more. You have more truth on your side. Absolutely. Yeah, more examples.
And I mean, like, dude, like you said, if he wants to do the weird Denzel shoulder shimmy thing,
yeah,
fine, whatever. You do not do the shrug. You do not ever in your career get to do that shrug.
Oh,
Denzel.
Wendell. He might do it every game now. He might do it every single game. I don't know, but he's shooting the ball well. Honestly, he's shooting the ball very well. Oh, Wendell Carter. Tough play. But he's shooting very well. He really has. And to come back after, blowing the game like he did and just sitting down and then coming in this game and dropping 13 points and, being solid offensively. I mean, that's good for him. I mean, that's why he has the high confidence. Somebody with low confidence couldn't have done that. Honestly, like he's forgotten about it. Like it's probably not even in his mind anymore that happened.
That's true.
Like,
as soon as he breaks a shot off nothing but the backboard, he immediately wipes it from his memory.
Right. It's done. It's out of there.
He's got your neuralizer out there after every miss.
No, that's really a true part of his old man game. Like his memory lapses. That's the true part of it. It's memory lapse. He's like, I don't know where I put my keys.
Hugo Bayer said, "Leave Denzel alone, you monster. Give the man his moment."
Wait. I think I'm getting what I've always wanted because I see Lauri and Gafford about to check into the basketball game.
Good board, Thad.
I see Lauri and I see Gafford about to check into the game. I want to see this. This is what I've been wanting to see, Matt. This is what I've been wanting to see. Well, Thad Young, it probably would get the rebound, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And
like, you're right, man. It's not the same as Gafford starting, but what you've said is that you want to see him on the floor with Lauri.
I want to see it. I want to see what this looks like. It's all I've been wanting to see. And then I promise I will shut up if it don't work. I will leave it alone. I will move on. I promise. But I've got to see this.
Well,
I've got to see it.
And I mean, it couldn't come at a more interesting time because we're midway through the fourth quarter. The Bulls are holding on to a 6-point lead that used to be a double-digit lead. And we were talking just yesterday that so far this season, an overarching theme has been, does Donovan trust the young guys to close, or does he go with the vets?
Right.
And when the Bulls have won, like yesterday, it's the vets making big plays late. Otto had 12 of his 14 in the fourth quarter. I think Otto, Thad, and Garrett Temple last night or yesterday afternoon combined for like 20 of the Bulls' 20-something points in the fourth quarter. So will Donovan close with Lauri and Gafford, or will we see more substitutions? There's still a lot of time. I would be shocked to see this unit that's about to check in finish as exactly this unit for the remaining like 6+ minutes. But
I think
we're still at the 750 mark. So I don't know that this will mean that he's gonna close with Lauri and Denzel and Daniel Gafford, but we'll see.
Well, Lauri, I mean, obviously I think Lauri is more prone to stay in because that's what he did last game yesterday was he had Lauri closing, running the 5 because you can't. It's hard to leave that on the bench. It's hard to leave 7 feet tall with a jump shot on the bench.
Yeah, but man, Lauri's not had a good game tonight.
No, it hasn't been great.
He's 4 of 11 from the field, and 10 of his 11 shots have come behind the 3-point line. That's not the Lauri we want.
It's a lot of threes.
I mean, dude, that one bucket he had, his first bucket of the game, where he just got a rebound or a steal or whatever and went coast to coast and laid it
awesome.
in.
Wasn't that awesome?
A 7-footer running the floor. That's the Lauri we want to see.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love when Lauri splashes threes, but come on, man. 10 of your 11 shots are behind the 3-point line? That's bullshit.
Hard to argue.
Lauri?
Look what you're doing to Matt.
You know I believe in you.
You know I love you, man. Why are you doing this to me? Don't do this to me.
Jacob says, who has the better follow-through, Valentine or any of the Bulls outcasts? Well, I know it's not John, because when we went out to that outdoor court in Chicago to shoot some of those videos for Sabine's draft footage, we saw John's jump shot.
We did.
And it is not wet. It It is Sahara Desert dry.
I love you're in my brain because that's exactly the word I was going to use. It's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, exactly what I was going to say. I don't know, man. I mean, I think you got a nice looking form. You got a nice looking shot, man. When I was watching you shoot, like I would attempt to run out there and put a hand up just because of your form, just because of how you look like when you're shooting. I was like, hey, somebody just go do this. Just go put your hand like this. Like do that. Yeah, I would take that.
I know the mechanics, baby. I'm just not athletically gifted in any way.
Okay. I see. That's why I was upset. Thad got the rebound because obviously Lauri was going to come in for Thad.
Right.
And Thad completely destroying my dreams right now. I don't appreciate it.
Whatever.
So somebody take just a foul right now so I can get Lauri in the game, please.
I will forever stand Thad old. I love that man. Now that he's actually allowed to play his game.
Yeah, what a difference a year makes, man. We were like, man, get that out of here. Why is he shooting threes? We can't. What is this?
We called him Trebuchet because the old man was taking an hour and a half to launch a three.
Yes, he was.
I was like, wait, no, you could just get the ball on the block and go to work. Oh, Gaffer.
I see you, Gaffer. I see you.
There you go, Dave.
I see you. Oh, don't do this to me.
Sky, what up, buddy?
I love his game. I do want him to give more rebounds, but I definitely love his game. He should have more rebounds. I'm shocked also that him and Boogie Cousins have not at least on the elbow at each other.
And you said that like 2 minutes before. Oh, here we go. There's more of it.
There it is.
Before Gafford took that charge on Boogie, and there was some pretty excessive contact.
There he is.
Oh,
Gafford.
Swing it, Denzel. Come on, Coby.
Come on! Brought to you by Daniel Gafford, ladies and gentlemen.
Needed that. Coby is. I thought Coby was going to have a better bounce back game after scoring 0 yesterday.
Yeah,
and he's had a pretty quiet night again tonight, but that's three just got him to 10 points.
Yeah, but he's filling up the stat sheet, which is what I like. I mean, he's got 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Yeah, I'm okay with, and 2 steals. Let me throw that in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that. Like, he doesn't look out of sorts to me, as he did last game. He just completely looked out of sorts, but he looked aggressive. He was coming in to try to find his shot, and he was good in the first half. The first half, he was solid. Like, he was doing his thing. So the second half, it was Zach LaVine's third quarter. Like, it was awesome to see. That was awesome to see, man. Just him do that stuff. Why do I see that name on my timeline? Who is this? Is that who was that? Hugo Bayer? We don't allow that name here. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Don't make me go get it. I will go get that thing.
Gabe already neuralized me tonight.
I did.
But how could I not use a Boylan gift when Archie had 3 fouls in 4 minutes? No, come on.
I didn't neuralize you. I just showed you the picture of me putting the glasses on. We're getting ready. We're getting close. Man. I see you did it twice. See, I let the first one go. When I saw you put up 2, I was like, come on, dude. What are we doing? Come on, man. Come on now.
So perfect, though. I was like, I have to use this Boylan gift back to back. I have to.
Yes, I understand. Hey, man, look, real quick, Kevin Durant is the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's real good.
He's the best. All right? The best. And too bad I can't watch this Bucks Rockets game because I'm scared to turn the channel.
What's going on in that game right now?
125-123 Brooklyn.
Ooh.
James Harden's got 34, 5, and 12. Kevin Durant's got 39 and 6.
God damn.
And Giannis with 34, 12.
They are on the same team now.
Yeah, man.
Again.
Yeah. It's crazy as in awesome. I'm excited.
That is hilarious. Dude, the Nets bench has collectively 15 points. Their team has 125, and their bench has 15.
Wow, they've only played 3 people off the bench. Yeah. And shout out to TLC. TLC's another one. Remember when he was here? We were like, who is this guy? He can't play.
Luau Cabarro. Bulls fans like,
goes,
what?
Get out of here. And then he goes straight to the Nets, and he's like, oh, yeah, I can play. Like, yeah. I remember what this looks like. What if that happened to Luke Cornett? What if Luke Cornett does that? I'm just saying. Oh, wait, is Lauri and Gafford in? Lauri and Gafford's in. All right, let's do this. Baby. Let's do this. We're living fantasies tonight. Dreams are coming true. I want to see it.
No, but we got to get a Denzel floater. I mean,
oh my goodness, what kind of a shot? Come on, Denzel. Every time, man. You can't be in too long. Only in doses. Nice one, man. Christian Wood, man. That dude is nice.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, he's their leading scorer this season coming into tonight's game.
Yeah.
He's averaging, I think, like 23 points per game. And his start to this game was awful. Like, he started 1 of 4 from the field and had 4 turnovers, had a couple of offensive fouls. And I was like, oh, everybody's raving about Christian Wood. This guy sucks. They're like, oh, wait, no, he's actually pretty good. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kills you on the pick and roll, man. My gosh. That dude is nasty out there. Look, 2 buckets. Now he's going to probably take Gafford out and crush all my dreams.
I'm bummed that we didn't get John Wall tonight because it would have been, well, horrifying for a Bulls team whose defense sucks.
Yeah.
To have to deal with Wall and Oladipo.
True.
But I want to see Wall and Oladipo so bad.
Yeah,
but man, Oladipo, after, like, he had kind of a quiet start, but he came on strong in the second quarter. He's had himself a pretty good night too.
And Nets win. Nope, Nets got that W. Dude, look, this was Kevin Durant's stats. He was player of the week, right? He was player of the week last week. Nets went 3-0. He was averaging 34, 5, and 8 while shooting 61% from the field and 60% from 3. That's insane.
Excuse me? 60%?
60. Like,
man.
60, dude. My God.
Wouldn't that be crazy if KD this season, his first season coming off of a torn Achilles, was like, oh, yeah, y'all obsessed with the 50-40-90 club? Fuck that. I'm making the 60-60-90 club.
That's some Barry Bonds stuff. Just start your own club that nobody can be in but you. That dude is insane, man.
What do you mean? You're not even shooting 60 from 3? Get out of here.
Say Bizard on Tizard.
Hey, guys. Sorry for being late.
It's okay.
Tell us what you had for dinner. That's my most important question.
We had steak and potatoes, and my wife worked like a 13-hour day.
Dude,
but I had the day off.
Steak and potatoes is a good reward after a 13-hour workday.
That's a fact.
It was really good. And so we had dinner. At the kitchen table.
Mm-hmm. You all don't eat there often?
Like an actual adult married couple.
Like, not in front of a TV. Yeah.
So not often that happens then. Like, eating.
No, because the TV's on and they watch TV.
Yeah, fair.
Like,
did it make it more special?
Yeah, it was tough because it was Bulls and Mavs were on, but I was a good husband.
Oh,
and
being a good husband though. Hey,
it snuck away a couple of times. She was very understanding. She was like, "You can do it," and I was like, "No, it's a test."
Yeah.
But I mean,
you got to be
these Bulls, these baby Bulls.
Charge. Oh, you're going black.
Oh,
come
that's
on.
That's a block.
John, thoughts on the Denzel Valentine experience?
It is so funny. It's so funny because if C-Red Fred would have picked a different player, it would have been that player who is bad. I 100% think it's just the C-Red Fred baptism of it. Like,
he described his play as stellar.
He said stellar when he had 5 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. He said stellar.
Yep. First half, stellar. 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist.
Stellar. 5 points. How was he at right now?
He's got 14 now.
Yeah,
Good for him.
he took.
Or
some
I'm sorry,
crazy
13.
shots.
13.
Oladipo in a Rockets uniform. Oladipo's been traded so many times. It's crazy.
He's been good
I mean,
everywhere too.
Just twice, right?
4 times? No, 3 times.
Oh,
Wait, okay.
Orlando Pacers, and now
Orlando, OKC,
Oklahoma City.
to Indy, to Houston.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Oklahoma
been 4
City,
separate
right.
teams.
I
Yeah.
forgot
about OKC.
I completely forgot about Orlando. Like,
Yeah.
completely.
I forgot about OKC.
He was drafted by Orlando, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. Like number 2 pick.
The number 2 pick. That's crazy.
Hugo says John won't be happy when he listens to this and hears the disrespect of his J. They were asking us who has the better jump shot.
Oh, I have the worst.
Us or Denzel Valentine.
I have the worst jump shot too. But you know what's so funny though?
I said,
you know
John
what? So can I tell you something that's like, I used to be like kind of good at shooting, and I'm bad now. And I was playing my best friend, and he was like, he's like, yeah, because you broke your elbow like 3 years ago, and I was like, oh my god, and it didn't even occur to me. I broke my elbow 3 years ago.
Doing what?
Walking.
What?
I tripped over something. There was something sticking out.
Wow,
but ever since it's been janky. It's been like so janky.
Yeah.
So I'm a bad shooter though. But I will say this:
I assume it's your shooting elbow.
But shooting elbow.
Oh.
But I affect the game otherwise. I'm better without the ball.
Dude, so you're like the opposite of Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of Rookie of the Year. I was an NBA level player, and then I got hurt.
Yes.
And my dad was alive.
Oh, come on.
Damn, what is that?
Oladipo's. Doesn't he look good in a Rockets uniform though?
Yeah, he looks good in every uniform I've seen him in. To be honest with you, but
oh my gosh, that's so many people pointing.
He loves playing against the Bulls. He loves it. He always kills the Bull.
He's one of those Bulls colors.
Oh, that's off Oladipo. Clearly.
Can we just start calling them Oladipo?
Oladipo.
Sure. Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, right?
I like it.
He's going to Miami next year.
Wall?
Yeah. No, Deep.
Oh, Deep?
Yeah.
Deep. I like Deep.
Marlon wants to know who's more athletic, Denzel Valentine or Denzel Washington.
Denzel
Washington. Come on. I saw he got game. I'm taking that Denzel every day.
Like Denzel sees the word training day and he's like, nah, don't need to.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Denzel had a couple of tweets that he deleted defending his last second ridiculousness?
I did.
With Levine the other day.
That's our ball. No. Review that. That's us. Oh man, they got away with that one. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean to jump in on you. That is
so funny to me.
That's 100%.
I got this. I know Zach's game. I'm gonna defend myself and defend Zach and tell everybody this is what I was doing. And then was like, nah, I'm gonna delete this. There you go. That old.
Sounds like Thanos.
See, just like that.
Turnover. Oh, Coby. Squeeze the orange, baby. Oh.
It was just so hilarious to me that Denzel was like, I have to defend my honor on Twitter. And then was like, no, I don't. Never mind. I'm going to delete this.
No one will ever see it ever.
Screenshots are forever, Denzel.
But if I was an NBA player, I would do that all the time. I would say a snarky thing and then delete it every time.
Or just pull a KD and just get yourself a burner account,
dude.
And then forget when you're on your burner account versus your real account.
He's still sliding into Instagram DMs now. But have you noticed he's like exclusively Insta?
I mean, I rarely see KD on Twitter anymore.
He's only on Insta, but he commented last week during the trade. He was sliding in and being like,
"Oh, come on,
Oladipo, man." He be killing us.
Dude, if a Depot 3 kills us, I'm gonna jump into the friggin' river.
He be killing us, man.
PJ Tucker, he's for sale. Someone needs to go get him. Set him free.
There you go, Zach.
Oh yeah, Zach. He makes it look so simple. Woo! Close game.
Come on, baby.
Close game.
Come on, baby.
Oh my God!
All
Look
right.
at that stat, Zach. 30 points or more in 7 of their 14 games this season.
What is he? Where is he in the Like
Coming into today, he was ranked 4th in the league in points per game.
God, that's amazing.
Wait, that's off of Oladipo. What's he crying about? You lost it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zach stripped it,
He stripped it. It hit off Oladipo's
and
hand.
then it hit off Oladipo. Yeah.
Our ball. Let's keep it moving.
Who says Zach doesn't play defense?
I'm telling you, I'm right on this one. No,
Oh my
you're
God,
wrong.
the Nets beat Milwaukee.
Dude, I was just talking about Kevin Durant. He's the best player in the world. We were just having that discussion.
He's the best player in the world. That like I feel like we don't ever. I feel like he doesn't leave a mark. Right? You're talking about feeling a player.
Mm-hmm. I feel him.
But I feel like he doesn't. I don't know. It's like so funny. Like I put like LeBron. He doesn't have that like LeBron-ness about him, you know, like or Jordan had. Like I feel like when people talk about like Luka, like I just feel like Durant gets slept on,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what it is.
Well, one is he's definitely much more low key. He's not. He's just much more low key.
He's not charismatic.
Yeah, not at all. He's not. His mother is more charismatic.
Yes,
than he is. Shout out Mama Durant.
You met
Your friend,
your
Mama
good friend.
Yeah, but
Your
yeah,
friend.
I think that's what that is. Like you're not going to see him in the commercials. You're not gonna. He doesn't even like doing interviews anymore. If you've seen his post game interviews, they're like 2 words, and he wants to go home.
He's suffering, man. There's something going on.
The game is. He looks like he's broken the game. Like it just looks so. John, he was shooting 61% from the field last week,
But he
and
doesn't look happy.
60% from 3. I get that, but that's insane.
It's insane.
Insane.
And that's why it's like much more interesting because it just looks like there's a darkness that you're like, what are you? It's like if I shoot perfectly enough, like the demons will leave. Because there something that's just like a black wholeness of him. Like he just seems very just like very like all the time.
Step back.
Zachary.
Come on.
Like who are his
Come on,
buddies?
Zach.
Oh man, I was thinking. Well, I'm sure Harden is one of them.
Yeah, but that's another weirdo too.
Hey man, you roll with the clicks.
I think.
I mean, he went to hang with Kyrie. I mean, come on.
I know, right?
Come on. Yeah,
Zach.
rolls with it, baby.
Oh man. So Lauri caught an elbow to the mouth and got called for the foul.
He sure did catch one. That's trash. Talk to him, Lauri. Yeah, Lauri, tell him right now. He hit me with the elbow, dude. Why don't you see it? Yeah, tell him, Lauri. Tell him.
Lakina said Katie and Harden together, so I'm saying Kyrie doesn't even need to come back. Like that's what I saw that trade as. Not like
too.
We're making a big 3, but as like Kyrie goes bye-bye
Insurance. Yeah. Because you can still get something for Kyrie Irving.
Or the alien that now inhabits the body of Kyrie Irving.
Come on.
That guy, he'll be mayor of New York or something.
Lauri, let's go, boy. Let's go.
That's my boy.
Let's go.
Lauri.
Talk to him, Lauri. Talk to him.
Oh,
He ain't
big
hearing
shot.
you.
Board.
Good
Yes.
chip out, Lauri. He got
Lauri
hit in the
did
head.
it.
Didn't say nothing.
Let's go.
That was a great pass by Zach, too.
Yes, Lauri. Allow me to talk that. Baby. Oh,
My son.
I've been holding back on my Lauri talk. I've been waiting. I'm just waiting, building it up.
That was
Let's
an
go.
amazing possession.
Man. Oh. I dig.
Bulls are eating up Texas recently. Just eating Texans.
Eating Texans. Why does that sound like a good minor league team for some
It
reason? I
does.
don't know why.
Eating Texas. It sounds like a Travel Channel show.
I'm Sam Elliott, and I'm eating Texas.
Today,
You mean you smoke these days in advance? Every single episode. Smoke this on a Tuesday. You gonna tell me what the rub is? No, it's a secret. Okay. Every single truck stop place. It's a secret.
Say the same thing every time he. Ooh, this one's got tang.
This one got ooh.
This one's
up
tang.
to an 8-point lead with some clutch free throws from Garrett Temple.
Some woman stirring. Who looks 70, but she's 38. Garrett Temple in the starting lineup. Keep him in there.
Man.
Keep him in. Keep him in.
Dude, I mean, obviously, we don't want to keep Temple in the starting lineup at the expense of Patrick Williams.
Take that Wendell Carter. Let's go small, baby.
Ooh, interesting.
In today's NBA.
Okay. I'm sure that there are a ton of Coby White lovers out there who will get mad at me for saying this.
That's the right. No, you're right. That's the right move. That's the right move.
Start Temple, bring Coby up.
Yes, that's the right move. That's the right move because Coby's been hit or miss.
Yes, not that, Matt. Yes, start Temple, 6-man Coby.
You're right. That's way better than my stupid Wendell Carter idea. That's the right answer.
Because you can still anchor the second unit with the veteran experience and just smart, heady play of Otto and Thad when everybody in the rotation is healthy. But Coby gives you that scoring punch as well. And Temple is a solid two-way player for your starting lineup.
Nah, put Temple off the bench.
Yeah.
I like him off the bench. Your logic's sound.
Oh my God!
That's too easy.
That was like Fred's Red Sea parted for Eric Gordon right there.
Oh, that's a tough pass. What happened?
Timeout.
Timeout?
I think Donovan was worried about 5 seconds to call timeout.
Yeah. Nice to have those, huh?
Not that bad said. Although Temple might be a better center than Wendell, I'd listen to that idea.
Dang.
I love it. I'm obsessed with that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Wendell's only 1 inch taller than Garrett Temple, so.
Small ball. That's what he says. Smallest of the ball. Wait, Zach has 7 assists along with that 31. Wow, that's awesome. I don't like the 5 turnovers, but I'll let that go. Wendell Carter. Oh. Denzel. Oh. Come on. John, we might win 2 in a row. I want to thank Texas right now for allowing us to get 2 victories.
The Mavs lost 2 in a row.
They lost? Who they lose?
Oh, yeah. Toronto, they got smoked.
Dang. What Luka do?
He didn't. He probably. Let's look. It wasn't a good game by him, but that was always like. Let's see. I was watching because I was being a present husband.
The Mavs lost to Toronto.
1, 2, 3,
Big time.
4,
We got smoked. It's cold.
Toronto sucks.
We're missing 5
right.
players.
I forgot that half your team has COVID.
Yeah, it's like we got James Johnson's our 3rd best player right now. Tim Hardaway played.
Oh, God.
He was 0 for 12. 0 for 12.
Wait, what?
Tim Hardaway was 0 for 12. Finished with 0 points.
Oh my goodness.
Luka had 15, 7, and 9. Pedestrian.
Wait, back up. He
0 for 12, 0 points. Not even a free throw. No free throws.
No free throws?
No free throws.
No free throws. Oh, for wow.
0 for 12.
Yo. Oh, wow. Wow.
Tampa flu, man. You know how they love going out in Tampa. It's so funny to me the reputation Miami has and the reputation Tampa has, and it's like so different.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that different.
Oh no! You got the roll. All right.
All right, just hit your free throws.
Knock down your free throws, Zach. We'll be good. We'll be good.
We'll go
home. Hugo said the plus minus for starters compared to bench tonight is crazy. Let's take a look.
Christian Wood 3.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in the starting unit except for Coby is a minus. Kobe's a +2. And the bench, Thad +15, Archie +10, Valentine +14, Gafford +5, Makoka -7 in his 2 minutes.
Play 2 minutes.
So
are we finding the Archie role? Like, are we kind of finding his role?
Yeah.
What Archie is doing, it makes me miss Saturansky.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying he's not playing well. That's not what I mean by that. Like, I'm saying, like, oh man, if I had a little better talent at the position he's doing, this would be flawless right here.
Yeah.
So it makes me miss him. That's
obviously you'd want Sato over Archie in your rotation.
Yeah.
But Archie, he plays tough defense. He can knock down some threes. He's careful with the ball. He can get some nice assists. The cross court, like, crazy whip pass assist he had to Lauri with Lauri taking one of his threes in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice pass.
Really nice.
Right. And yeah, as far as he was commenting about the plus minuses of the bench and the starting unit, that's not crazy. That is what we've seen all season long.
It is what it is, sir. That is what has happened.
Great win.
What it is. That's the final. Bulls win 125-120 over the Houston Rockets. That's a 2-game winning streak, and I believe that's our second winning streak of the season. Hey-o! This is the Stretch 4. We are the Bulls Outcasts. I'm Matt. That's Big Dave. That's John. Thanks for watching the fourth quarter with us. So the Bulls, another good win over a team that, let's be honest, they probably should have beaten. No John Wall tonight. This is a Houston team that is dealing with injuries, going through the transition post-James Harden. And this was a very winnable game. And like their previous 2 games against Oklahoma City, against Dallas, the Bulls get out to a considerable lead early. And then there's some dicey stuff that happens in the third quarter because it's the Bulls. And yet again, the Bulls, like they did against Dallas yesterday, find a way to close this one out. The thing that I liked about this fourth quarter is that it seemed like everybody had their moment where they made a good play, whether it was on the offensive or defensive end. Zach LaVine had an up and down night, but he had a sequence where he had that awesome driving layup when the Bulls really needed a bucket, and then he got the stripped steal on Oladipo on the defensive end on the ensuing possession to let the Bulls kind of rebuild that lead back to a safe margin. Lauri hit a huge 3 late in this game. You got contributions from pretty much everyone in a fourth quarter where you weren't sure if they were going to collapse or not, and they didn't collapse. And I feel like tonight was a team effort, right, Dave?
Yeah, nothing but a team effort. 7 players in double figures tonight. And you're being led by your best player, who was Zach LaVine, who took over in that third quarter, after kind of, chilling in that first half. And for a second, I was wondering if it was going to be carryover, from the last game. He had the 10 points and the 10 assists. He didn't shoot really well. And I was like, man, maybe he's just, getting a little carryover. We'll find out, if he could get back to it. And then the third quarter came and he went completely bonkers and insane. I was like, okay, he's comfortable now. But that's what's exciting to me is now when he has a bad game, your team can still function. Like, you're still a functionable NBA team. You can still do stuff. Like, I'm like, oh, your best player's having an off night. Well, guess what? I got other people who can score the basketball. That's normal. That's normal NBA stuff. And we are doing normal, regular NBA stuff, and it's exciting to me. I don't care who we're playing. Like, we weren't supposed to be, like, people, we didn't know if we could walk. We were still learning if we could do that. So to come out and get 2 victories, yeah, I'm happy. I'm super happy. This is awesome. Great, like you said, man, great team win.
And, John, as we were saying towards the end of our fourth quarter conversation, Garrett Temple inserted into the starting lineup tonight.
Love it.
Because Patrick Williams, the rookie, out with a hip contusion that he suffered late in the game against Dallas yesterday. So this is yet another game this season already. We are 14 games in, and how many different starting lineups have we seen? Credit to Billy Donovan tonight for once again figuring out a successful rotation that got the job done, because we've seen Gafford in and out of the rotation. We've seen Archie in and out of the rotation. We've seen Valentine in and out of the rotation. All of them got spot minutes on the bench tonight. Temple inserted into the starting lineup, I think, was a solid choice. Temple tonight, 4 of 9 overall from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown, 13 points, couple of rebounds, couple of assists, but just the veteran presence that we've been talking about all season long. It's like Donovan's doing a good job juggling rotations in a season when, John, as you and your Mavericks know, you gotta have to roll with punches sometimes.
Yeah, COVID's undefeated. And the Bulls got that early too. Lauri was out. That was a big, that's your second leading scorer. I like that we have people who we can insert in the starting lineup this year that feel like NBA players. That we're not relying on no offense to the Lucas Cornets of the world. No offense. If you think about the starting lineups, especially like in March of like the marches of the last 2 years, it's like Garrett Temple, yeah, next one up, and it makes sense. He's been playing fantastic. He already feels like a beloved Bull in a weird way. Like he feels like we love him in like a Nate Robinson way already. And I just feel like I like this, and I like resting and not trying to run our rookie to death. You got hip contusion, rest. We've got people. Take this one off. Like, we need you to be healthy, and it's nice. And then back-to-back wins against, again, these aren't great teams. They're not bad. They're not, that was a good NBA team.
Yeah. And real quick, I was seeing what Eli was saying in the comments. I didn't say Zach had a bad game. I said he had a bad first half. I said he came out in the third and he did his thing. I didn't say he had a bad game, man.
Yeah.
How much are you guys loving? I'm gonna say, how much you love setting these leads?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't love it because my residual cynicism of the last couple of years, when the Bulls were able to get a lead, I was like, oh, we're gonna cough it up. Like it's nice to play with a lead instead of.
You'd rather be down?
What, like 20-point deficit alert, 30-point deficit alert?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's worse, and playing with a lead is better. But there's still a part of me that's like, I don't like playing with a lead because I know we're gonna lose it.
But Matt, that means you're not happy either way.
There's no scenario.
There's no scenario you're happy. Like, that's what you're saying. I'm not happy at all.
At this point, it's a choice.
No, I think all it means is that I still have my doubts as far as believing in the team and closing games. We just saw it on last Friday against OKC. Like, with this young team and their droughts, and like between the offensive droughts and the bad defense, no lead is safe with this team. We've already learned that this season. It wasn't safe when we coughed that one up against the Warriors we should have won. It wasn't safe against the Thunder when we coughed up that one that we should have won. But thankfully, tonight, for the second day in a row, for the second game in a row, they are able to not maintain a double-digit lead and close comfortably, but at least close the game. Then maybe later on we could talk about the next step of actually closing a game comfortably where, like, you win comfortably by double digits and aren't stressing for the final 6 minutes, but baby steps, I guess. Let's say baby steps.
Shout out to Adam and Josh for the tips, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, thank you. You have no idea. Thank you.
Matt does have PTSD. That's a real thing. I don't think I'm alone in that. Every time we are in a late game situation, I'm thinking, how's this going to go wrong? Can't wait to find out how this will go wrong tonight. But credit to this team. I mean, balanced attack. All 5 starters in double figures, like you said, Big Dave. 2 guys off the bench in double figures. But speaking of those bench players who put up double figures, can we talk about Denzel for a second? Who is this man? And what gives him... It's John. It's like Michael when he's talking to Toby in the office.
Oh my God!
Who do you think you are?
Why?
What gives you the right?
What gives you the right? Oh my God! Every time I just try to have fun. I mean, he is. Truly. I mean, C-Red Fred is your Toby too, so it's perfect.
He is my Toby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, no. You're his Toby. You'd rather be Toby than Michael Scott.
Well, I guess in the fact that Toby lives his life grounded in reality as opposed to
exactly.
Michael Scott. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You're the Toby,
right?
Like you're
promising his fellow Bulls fans titles is like Scott's Tots, where Michael's like, "I'm going to pay for all of your college education." I was like, "Wait,
that is really good.
Where are them checks, Michael Scott? Where are them checks?"
He's correct.
Yep, that is 100% true. Denzel Valentine brings us. I mean, we have to start treating him like Kramer. Like, if you're Jerry Seinfeld and you're in the real world, this man comes into your house, eats all your food, steals all your stuff. You could get annoyed, or you can be like, "Oh, that's Kramer. What a fun, delightful life." You know, like there's people in our lives who are you either choose to find charming or you'll go insane, and that's Denzel Valentine for me. When he had that logo shot that didn't even hit the rim.
Oh my god!
And then when he did that like between the legs thing, and then just threw it out of bounds, and I was just like,
"Oh my god!"
I was like, Kramer, like I have to love it. I root when he messes up when he does something Denzel Valentine every game now. I'm not mad. I'm grateful that he gave me something to enjoy. Right?
Like
we won. So there's no harm, no foul.
It is the theater of the absurd, which has its moments where it could be entertaining.
Yeah,
I love it.
Those kind of players end up becoming lovable, honestly.
Yes.
Because you think about guys like the person that pops in my head is J.R. Smith. Like those things, like when he just would do all kinds of craziness and he is beloved like in the NBA. They love him for those kind of antics. Like Denzel puts up 13 and 8 coming off the bench, shooting a great percentage from three. I believe he was a plus 14, something like that. Like he played really, really well. But then he did a bunch of boneheaded things out there. And you're like, oh my God, how could you do that? But credit also to Billy Donovan for allowing him to do those boneheaded things and not pulling him when he do those boneheaded things and saying, it's okay, going out there. No, I trust you. You'll figure it out. It's okay. I like the fact that he's got some trust in him because it frees you up a little bit. The same way it did Wendell Carter Jr., in the same way he's doing Lauri. It kind of frees you up to just be yourself.
Those mistakes aren't like so. When I say Bill Clinton, what's like the first thing you think of? You think of like, oh, dude who cheats, right?
Yeah, Monica Lewinsky.
And then you're like, but look at his presidential record. And you're like, yeah, but that dude cheated a bunch. Like he did so much cool stuff that no one thinks about because like you messed up, you couldn't help yourself. And that's Denzel. Like, you can't help yourself, man. You might be really good. You can't help yourself until you get your brain fixed. I'm sorry. And unless like he's with LeBron and he wins a championship, I don't know if it'll ever be lovable because it's not lovable when you're winning 22 games a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan said Denzel is Newman.
I mean,
like Newman is more sinister and evil, whereas Denzel's just like a kid playing by himself at the playground, and he thinks every shot he takes is going to win the championship.
Yeah,
like
that's great. Boylan's putty.
Boylan is putty.
Yeah, it feels like an Arby's night, babe.
But I mean, Big Dave, just
right.
As a quick counter to your point about Donovan trusting Denzel and still letting him like let Denzel be Denzel and go out there and affect the game in the positive ways that you can. And we'll deal with the crazy. We'll try to compartmentalize the crazy. No one is compartmentalizing Denzel's crazy. That's always going to exist. And I think Donovan trusts Denzel to a point in that the Bulls were shorthanded tonight. No Patrick Williams, no Otto Porter Jr. So you're down, a wing and one of your combo guards.
Fair.
That's the positions that Denzel plays. So I got to play him.
Fair.
Yesterday, when he had Otto and Pat Will at his expense, Denzel was kicked out of the rotation in favor of Archie.
Sure.
Archie, okay?
Yeah.
So
the game before he played in overtime. You know what I mean? Like he still was getting ticked when everybody else was healthy. They were healthy then. He still was out there. But you're right. I hear you. Your point is valid. But I think you do this stuff for players like that because you think they're gonna, or you hope they pay you back down the road for something like that. Like that huge 3-pointer when you really need it, when the game is on the line. Because he has that uber stupid confidence to just take that kind of a shot at that kind of a moment. So you're hoping he pays you back for stuff like that, man. So only time will tell this stuff, but he played well, but he still does a bunch of boneheaded things. Like, it's just true.
That's true. So after the strong showing defensively yesterday, where the Bulls hold the Mavs to 101, the lowest number of points allowed for the Bulls this season, and yes, It was a shorthanded Mavs team. Mm-hmm. There were still some defensive issues that propped up again tonight, as has been the case for the Bulls pretty much all season long. The Rockets started out ice cold, and that certainly worked in the Bulls' favor and allowed them to build a little bit of a lead. But I'm still having issues watching the Bulls try and guard the perimeter. Like when Eric Gordon confidently started to get hot and knock down some threes, Oladipo started to find his groove in the second half and knock down some threes. I guess we just all need to be a little bit more patient, or I need to be more patient, but it's getting really hard to watch the Bulls defensively struggle the same way every night.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I saw the Kenny Banya reference in the comments by Pieces Family. Said the ball is round.
Well, let's give it.
The rim is round. You should call it round. Call it round.
I'm huge. Peck, I agree, and I think this is also for my fellow dance stands out there. I think that's like one of the reasons why Gafford was so appealing. It wasn't just head-to-head. Wendell was like a rim protector when you have sketchy perimeter D. Yeah. So at least you have a fail-safe.
Yeah.
And someone who's going to at least be a backup. And so I think you're right. Coby and Zach will never be elite defenders, maybe not even above average defenders. What they can be, though, they can hunt for my least favorite thing in the world, steals. I actually like steals. I just think they're a dumb stat. But I like them when they happen in games. And I think if they get to be passable, that's outscore them.
Yeah.
Outscore them. That's their best defense.
Best defense is good offense, yeah.
And so I do agree with you. Like, I don't know anyone on this team that is a lock. Pat Williams, maybe Wendell.
Right. And credit to Gafford, who had 2 more blocks tonight, and they were those awesome fly swatter blocks that you just love to see.
They're amazing.
But again, I keep coming back to this when it comes to Donovan and the balance of trying to build up these young guys and instill confidence in these young guys, and trusting the vets that he has on his roster. Because when you talk about closing games, who's getting the minutes, we talk about the Wendell stands versus the Gafford stands. You know how many minutes Wendell played as a starter tonight? 21. You know how many minutes Daniel Gafford played off the bench? 16.
9.
You know how many minutes Thad Young played tonight? 25.
34.
More than Wendell, more than Gafford. Like, you're talking about who should start at center, and it's like, no, Thad Young's our center.
Yep. Thad Young's our center. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that, because we have to win before we can get trust. Like, you have to have a culture of winning before you can learn anything. Like, they're not going to learn anything from losing. They're going to learn from winning. And so, Thad Young is not going to be the center of the Bulls dynasty. I mean, if it is, things went really well or really bad.
There's no in between.
There's no gray area.
Yeah.
But he's saying, look, again, we're just trying to get the car to run.
Yeah.
And so it's we can get rims later. And I feel like Thad Young closing it out. Again, he's been fantastic this season. I think we need to I was a Thad Young hater last year. And I really did not enjoy watching him play basketball.
Right.
Like a hater. I hated watching him.
You came up with Thad Old as a term of respect, and now I have embraced Thad Old as a term of endearment.
Thank you. And I do think he is whenever there's someone pulls up for a 3 and he's like, you got it. He won't run out, but I don't blame him. It's back to back, it's COVID.
Yeah.
But I do think he's been fantastic. And I hope that we can then move on to the younger players and let them try.
Right. which, Colin in the comments saying is Thad gone at the deadline. I think he's certainly one of the most likely trade candidates on this Bulls roster because
perfect world.
He only has a partially guaranteed final year on his contract for next season. And like you said, John, maybe it gives some of the younger guys more of an opportunity to try to prove that they could be the ones closing games instead of Donovan leaning on Thad, but not before Thad instills his knowledge and wisdom and imparts that mentorship upon some of his younger teammates. Let's hop now to Coby. Adam said Coby's still getting cooked on pick and rolls. We had people earlier in the comments tonight saying, put a missing persons alert out for Coby White. After yesterday, where he registered 0 points for just the second time in his NBA career, Coby tonight, 10 points on 4 of 12, 2 of 7 downtown. Did have 4 assists and a couple of steals, but 3 turnovers, racked up 4 fouls. Are we worried about Coby? Because we all know that Coby has struggled to deal with defending pick and rolls in the NBA so far as a young player. But we love him and have high hopes for him because of what he could do on the offensive end. Are you guys worried, or are you just saying, this is just a couple of off games? Or are you seeing something greater at hand here where maybe something's up with Coby?
Oh, no, I'm not worried at all. I mean, we're coming off games where we're watching him put up 30, we're watching him put up like 27, and we see those and we're like, yeah, whatever. And then he has a bad game. We're like, see? What's going on, man? He's going crazy. So no, I'm not tripping on it. Like, yeah, he's figuring out how to play a position that he doesn't really play. As far as I'm talking about being a facilitator and things like that. He's a guy that has to score to get into the facilitating. That's when he's better. Like when his hand is hot, that's when I don't know why it works that way, but it works that way for shooters sometimes. Like when their hand is hot and they're shooting the ball well, the floor kind of opens up for them a little easier. And he's one of those guys. Because you saw it earlier when he went on a little mini run by himself. It was like, I think he scored like 5 or 6 points. And then you saw him with a great no-look pass to Daniel Gafford, who was wide open for the lay-in.
That no-look. Sexy!
That came off of him scoring. That came off of Coby White scoring the basketball and being that. So, no, I'm not worried. But when your best asset is scoring and you're not doing it, and you're not scoring that game, everything else is magnified, after that. So yeah, I know he's learning. That's really how I look at it. I'm like, yeah, he's still learning. He's still figuring it out. And yeah, his shots will fall because we've seen him do that. Like, that's just what he does. He puts the ball in the bucket. So no, I'm not concerned.
John?
Not at all. We're winning. I don't care about his individual performance. Like, I do not care. That last Lauri 3, it was a Coby drive to the paint, to Zach, to Lauri. That is the most cohesive team basketball I've seen in clutch in a while. It wasn't hero ball. It wasn't one person doing something. It was Coby driving it. They collapsed, hit it to Zach. Zach would have taken that 3 if it was this time last year. 10 times out of 10. To a wide open Lauri. He hits it. Game. Yep. Like, I'm not worried. That if we win games, he can score 0 points. And I do not care.
It was that possession, and then also the possession. I want to say it was early in the 4th, maybe late in the 3rd, where Zach and Lauri. Shout out to our boy Bulldog, who always wants to see more of this. Zach and Lauri played a little 2-man pick and roll on the left wing, and Zach gives it back to Lauri, who drives baseline, drives and kicks, and then a pass corner temple 3. And it was like, that's some of the most beautiful offensive basketball I've seen from the Bulls in as long as I can remember.
5 years.
And that is the part that's encouraging. Yes, we could talk about the fact that this is still a defensively challenged team, as somebody mentioned.
Who cares?
It wasn't just Coby getting cooked to pick and roll tonight. Like, Garrett Temple was struggling in his own right to defend a pick and roll tonight too.
Yeah,
Lauri gave up an and one while getting elbowed in the face.
Yes.
Like, this is a defensively challenged team. But those examples and pieces of evidence of this team learning how to play like cohesive NBA offense is like, you watch it and you're like, I just put on, it's like somebody who's colorblind and then they get those magic, like, fix my color blindness glasses, but it's just Bulls fans watching competent offensive basketball and you're like, oh my God.
And let me say this also about Coby coming off the bench, because I know a lot of people want him to, and in favor for Saddle, because Saddle's can run the offense better. The problem with that is Saddle is not a threat scoring. So just the fact that Coby's a threat and teams can't leave him, or they have to defend him and they have to worry about him, that's his defense. Like, because you can't cheat. You can't cheat. You know what I mean? You can't cheat and double team Zach or double team Lauri. Right. You can't collapse in on Wendell Carter. You can't, collapse Lauri when he goes to the post or he's making the drives, because he can kick it out, you know what I mean, for three. You can't do that. You can't do that when Coby White's in the game. So the fact he can go 1 for 20, but it's the fact they're going to try to guard him on all of those shots. Like, they're not going to give him free shots to do that. So yeah, he's a threat. So you got to put your threats out there. Even when it's not hitting, he's still a threat.
Biggest Bulls fan says, stop disrespecting Sato. The man can shoot. I
can't.
think
I'm not disrespecting him, but Coby's a better offensive player.
I also think
that's not a debate. That's not a debate that Coby's a better offensive player than Sato, sir.
It is not. It is not a debate that Coby is a more lethal offensive weapon than Sato is.
Yeah.
But biggest Bulls fan is right. Sato can knock down some shots.
Yeah, wide open shots. He can knock them down. Yes, congratulations. Awesome.
Appreciate Mike 303.
He shoots like 33%. Okay,
Archie hit wide open shot. I mean, yeah, great.
He's not a good shooter. He's fine.
He's cool. He's cool.
If he wasn't European, we would think he was worse at shooting. That's dead serious.
Are you pulling a Rodman, Larry Bird comment right now, John? Is that what you're doing? If he were black, we would all just think he was just another player.
No, he's just saying European.
I'm pulling a Jason Kapono when he was drafted. He got drafted like 35th, and he was like, if I was Jason Kaponovich, I would have gone 7th this year. Like
literally, he's 33% from three.
It's fine. He's a fine shooter. 33 is like average.
That's cool.
3-point. It's good. But for a guard,
not that Matt said Sato is incapable of scoring. He plays within himself. Same argument we use in favor of Gafford. So, by the way, shout out to Gafford's footwork. I was digging that one.
Matt, I love that tweet
on the block where it was a difficult pass. He corralled the pass and didn't have great position. He was like behind the basket, but had one good, like, powerful dribble where he reset his feet and then went up.
Strong,
sank it, and drew the foul for an and one. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen Wendell do that. Yeah, like never once. Like, can Gafford teach Wendell how to use his feet and also his hands?
And his hands.
Do that?
Feet and hands. Yes, dude. It was beautiful to watch that. That's what he does. That's just what he does, man. I just want a little more uptick on the rebounds defensively, because offensive rebounds he's better at, but defensively he needs to get more rebounds. But yeah, those blocks, those volleyball blocks that he's getting out there, those are spikes. Those ain't blocks. Those are for real, just straight up spikes.
Truly.
And, man, he's fun. He's just fun to watch, and he makes stuff easy. And I almost got my fantasy, John. I was talking about it. I almost got my fantasy, my dream, watching Lauri and Gafford on the floor together. And they were at the scores table about to check in, and then Thad Young gets called. He goes up and he gets fouled. And so Lauri can't come in, and basically Gafford came in for 2 minutes, and they ran like a couple pick and rolls with Christian Wood, who was cooking them. And then my dream was dead after that. Like, I just want to see it so bad. I just want to see it, and then I'll leave it alone.
You're not the only one, Big Dave. I think a lot of people want to see that. And Mike says, with the way Gafford shoots free throws, I have hopes for a little mid-range game development. Gafford was 3 of 3 at the free throw line tonight. He's been knocking down his free throws at a much better clip this season than his rookie season. And, man, if he could just develop that little, like, 12 to 15-footer, like, Taj elbow jumper to kind of just build his offensive game out a little bit,
$15 million.
Would love that.
$15 million a year if he gets that.
Would love that. Gentlemen, let's wrap with this thought. I just saw this tweet from our guy, Cody Westerland, who is the Bulls reporter for 670 The Score. Seen getting shots up post-game at the United Center floor after a tough night shooting, one Coby White.
He's a gym rat. Love to see it, right?
He's a gym
getting up late night shots.
Late night, dog. During the pandemic.
His name is Coby. We shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Bulls are fun.
And
Yes, Celine. Bulls are
Wow.
fun.
I love that.
Bulls are fun. They are fun. That victory brings the Bulls that's that much closer to getting back to 500. That's their second win in a row. They are 6-8 on the year, and they will go for a third straight win on Friday against Yeah, I know. We got a 3-day gap in the middle of the week. It's weird. But I guess we got used to it last week, but we had to wait from Sunday all the way to Friday.
Yeah.
I think I can date him.
You know what? I think I can date him. But yeah, I mean, that's another very winnable game. You know, Hayward has looked pretty good transitioning to Charlotte. He's averaging 22, 23 a game for them so far, but that ain't no scary team. I'm not scared of Charlotte. I'm not scared of Buzz City, as John would say.
Dude, Buzz City it's going to stick one day.
Yeah. Definitely want to see LaMelo. I'm definitely excited to see that. Definitely excited to watch LaMelo play.
Yeah, that'll be dude. I hope Patrick Williams is back and ready to play on Friday after this confusion, so that we can have P-Dub versus LaMelo.
Yeah.
Who's the better rookie? Because that would be a fun way to start the weekend.
Yeah.
So we will leave y'all until then. Just a reminder that if you ever miss any of these live Outcast shows here on Hot Mic or YouTube, you can always catch them archived on that BAWL on Bulls YouTube channel. In addition to that BAWL on Bulls podcast feed, wherever you get your podcasts. So enjoy your week. Have a great rest of your MLK evening. And we will talk to you on Friday. For Big Dave and John, Matt saying, thanks for hanging out with us. Bulls Outcasts. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the tips. See Red be good. Good night.
Stellar performance.